You know, this is a really nice setting. Kind of has that Sunday morning coffee with Conti feel, doesn't it? Welcome everybody to my second channel. This is Corvette Shorts and More, and I'm sorry to be bouncing you back and forth between the two channels. I just have so much Corvette content to share and so much fun that we're having with this car. Thank you for joining us today. I hope here on the second channel you've been able to catch some of the send-off pats we've been sharing. I don't want any of those people and the awesome cars that they're speccing and buying and taking delivery of to get lost in the shuffle. I have another one for you tomorrow right here on Corvette Shorts and More. A really nice lady and how her car came to be. Well, it makes it just a little bit more special. You'll see tomorrow right here on this channel. Make sure you come back and check it out. Sunday on my main channel, it'll be a coffee with Conti. Probably not here because this is actually pretty nice. We're over close to the church and those great, I gotta stop you just for a second. Did you see, it was on our Tech Tuesday version on my main channel. Did you see the pictures I posted on Instagram and Facebook when I went home that night? Oh my gosh, look at these. Yeah, that's how the car should look. I should have taken some before and after pictures. After 15, almost 16,000 miles, there were a lot of imperfections in the paint. There were some from the get, and I'm glad that's all taken care of, and now we can have even more fun of the car. Anyways, my Sunday Coffee with Conti main channel, please join me for that as I try it again to share with you more different perspectives about this car, information, customers, stories, and experiences. My first autocross session, my son Ryan and I did a great session. It was the other night here in Columbus at the Fortress at Obetz, and so well ran. What a great, just the whole thing was awesome. Now, how did I do? I did I just kind of did If I had an opportunity to look at my PDR footage before I went back out, I didn't because we were switching drivers. Ryan was driving as well, and I knew what I was doing wrong. I knew what I should have been doing, and it's so hard to correct that in fractions of a second when you're out there turning. And yeah, so I did but you know what? I had a lot of fun, and I didn't wreck the car. And there's one point that I probably should have lost it because it was my last run. I gotta at least tell you this real fast. So I'm coming into my last run, and instead of thinking finesse and setup, I'm thinking speed. And by the time I realize I've got too much speed, I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm coming. It was a hard right-hander, a little bit of brake. Most people, if you didn't know, didn't have any training. I'm so thankful for the training that I've had over the years. They would have just locked up the brakes and you would have just slid right off course into the cones, into the fence, and it would have been game over, car wrecked and all that. A little bit of brakes. I turned a lot of steering input required on C8. I turned the wheel and the tires are dirt braking loose bad. And I'm like, oh no. And as I'm turning, I realize this feeling, how the car turns around you. I just gas it. So I gas my way out of that corner. I overturn, and now I'm, let's just say I went through the finish line almost sideways, but I didn't hit any cones. I didn't wreck the car, but that cost me, oh my gosh, I bet that cost me at least 2, if not 3 seconds. And had I done that smoother and kept the same speed, well, then I would have been in the top percentile for the day. But again, I wasn't going out there to try and win. I am a little competitive, but I did So that's Sunday on our Coffee with Conti show. All right, today let's talk 2023 Corvette ordering. We get allocations once a month. We do not know in advance how many quantities we're going to get, and they are so wildly inconsistent right now That's what's still going into the 4th model year, making it difficult for those of you that have not gotten here in your car yet. Let me just say this too. For me in our store, there's now, how do I say, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. So the pieces of the pie have gotten smaller, and I like pie. So it is, read between the lines there, if you will. It is difficult right now placing orders. We're doing all we can. Much better numbers this month than they were last month, but there are constraints. So that means if you have a item or a feature, as I'm going to tell you here now, on your order is up for the dealership to tag and release and send to production control. If they don't have that available for their quantities, then your order's not going to get placed unless you alter the order or you go back into rotation and you wait for next month to see if it can get placed. Z51 is an issue right now. So out of the orders and the allocations we got for this month, 75% of our orders, if we so choose, and you guys basically choose, so 75% of our orders this month can be Z51. Out of the Z51s, only 50% can have the magnetic ride control. 25% can be the regular Stingray, but none of them, still 0% availability for the magnetic ride control. Yeah, this pieces parts issue is not going away anytime soon, guys. And it's a bummer, and I hope this is, they say it is, and I hope it is very short-lived. The 70th anniversary package is not available at all to order in the Carbon Flash or the White Pearl because they don't have the wheels. And there's only one wheel on that car, and the wheel's not available, so you can't order that package in this month's cycle. And one more thing that's kind of creeping up, you can't get the engine appearance package. It doesn't show on the constraint list. It just says it's not available as a 23 model order option yet. But you guys can't really see them, but I have the Jake all-weather liners in my car, the front trunk and the trunk, that whole package. They're changing suppliers. That is not available to order on your order. Now, that's an accessory, so if you don't get it on your order and you have it, drop that, get your order to go forward. You guys can order that through your Chevy Parts Counter or Chevrolet.com at a later date. So last week on the main channel, I read with you the memo talking about the end of 22 production and then the start of 2023. I thought it was odd. They said that production for 23 start in 5/16, and I'm like, well, the math doesn't seem right. I thought that was great. They're really trying to move forward fast, but we had that week off where the plant was shut down at the end of April, and I thought, well, really? They should have started on 5/23, but okay, this memo says 5/16. Regardless, it's a moot point. I have 12 22s not built yet that still say 5/9. Today's Friday. I don't know if they're working on Saturday. We're yet to see if these are going to be done. And then I have my first report for 2023s that are in the system and in the queue. Actually, they're beyond the queue. They're in the system. They're 3,000 status. And some of the first 23s are now being assigned a build week. And anyways, for our store, our first 23 say 5/23 build week. Kind of right where I thought they would be. So whatever that means, that's what it is. Production updates, constraint updates, allocation, ordering. We're going to have more details on this so you guys have a better understanding because we're getting a lot of new people coming to Corvette. Welcome to the family. Appreciate that. But I think it's important to have a clear understanding what's going on. There's too many dealers that are using these reports and these fancy words like constraints to hold you at bay when they don't have a clue. It just sounds good. I'm going to tell you what it is. It may not be what you want to hear, but I'm going to tell you what it is. I've been ordering cars for Chevrolet since 1995. So the multiple hats that I wear allow me to understand this, even though I don't like it either. It helps me understand it, and it helps me share it and communicate it with you guys. So a little longer episode than I wanted to today. So much for Corvette shorts and more. But we did cover a lot today, a lot coming up tomorrow on this channel. And don't forget to join me on my Rick Corvette Conti main channel for our Sunday Coffee with Conti. Thank you for doing so. Support us both channels by liking the videos, subscribing to both channels, making comments down below, and just having a great freaking day. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.